After weeks of planning, it was finally here. We had made it to Chicago. We get to the Airbnb. It's a little sketchy, but it was cheap. The pictures I took make it look way better than it was. My sister and I took a selfie real quick before we went out to start our adventure. We drove by Lincoln Park. My sister thought that was pretty interesting. Zoom in on the dog. Lincoln Park. And thus began our journey to find Orange. Now, it's around this point in the video when I say something along the lines of, we should be there by now. I think we're lost. Life was not good. We were lost for, I don't know, 2 hours, back and forth, all this construction, searching for one little bitty restaurant. I was beginning to feel like this girl. Yep. Not even this funny street sign could get me to chuckle. Or even this cool tube that reminded me of Kevin from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. But then we made it, so the day was somewhat better. I ordered fruit sushi, which was great, and of course, had to get myself an orange juice. Delicious pancake, by the way. We decided to go check out this donut place, Fire Cakes. They had some really cool donuts here, and I didn't realize till I was editing that sprinkly one was an actual donut. It's crazy. We passed by this cool ice cream place. Before getting into my car, I wanted to go check out this comic book store that was across the street. I got these really cool game coasters, and I really wanted some comics, but I'm not into comics, and I love the Rugrats, so I got some Rugrat comics. I don't know. Next on the to-do list was to go check out some of the filming locations from one of my favorite directors ever, John Hughes. The first one was the house from Home Alone. It was super sweet. My sister was so excited. Next up was the high school they filmed some scenes from Ferris Bueller at.
Hurry along now.
Hi.
After that, it was the infamous Save Ferris water tower.
He's a righteous dude.
Which, unfortunately, is just a water tower. Last, it was Cameron's house, which was under construction, so it was kind of disappointing, but it was still cool to see. And if you kind of squint your eyes a little bit, you can see where the red car would unfortunately fly out of the window and into the woods. Spoiler alert. It was a very, very long drive back with lots of construction and crazy drivers. Also, we kept seeing this sign that talked about the number of people that died in August and if we were gonna be next. So it's kind of, happy birthday to me, you're gonna die. My sister and I did a quick photo shoot before getting in an Uber to go have dinner at a place I've been wanting to go for years. Emmetts Pub. They shot a scene from Ocean's 11, one of my favorite movies there. Behind George Clooney, that's the table we sat at. Not the circle one, but the booth. I took a picture of it and I was really excited, and I touched the table at the end of the night. The food was really good there. Waitress a little mean, but whatever. After dinner, I was craving ice cream, and this kind of sketchy place was the only one still open, but the ice cream was like $2 and it was pretty good. So this was my Nickelodeon donut, we called it. Looks like slime is all over it. And then there was this burnt fritter, which was My sister's donut had melted a little bit. but it was supposed to be vanilla bean. After donuts, the first stop was the Science Museum. This was most of the 2 days in Chicago I film and she walks away from me. We went there mainly for the Pixar exhibit, but it was too expensive, so we spent like 2 hours in the museum store. There's that look. She does that a lot. But we got some pretty cool stuff. We decided to Uber to lunch, and I saw this cool Hamilton posters. I love the Rainforest Cafe. If you've never been, it's a rainforest themed restaurant. It has super good food, and this was supposed to have fish. I don't know where they were. And this elephant moved, I promise. It just wasn't moving then. I think I got the pot roast, and it was pretty good. My sister had some quesadillas. I think I asked her to explain what she had, but and then I really wanted this cup, but it was a kid's cup, so the waitress didn't understand, but she eventually she got me the cup. So while we were outside waiting for our other Uber, I decided to tell a funny story. So there's this McDonald's, and a few years ago I went to Chicago, and it used to look like that. My friend was turning out of the parking lot of Rainforest Cafe, turned the wrong way, ended up parked, you guessed it, in the worst place she could be, right in front of a police car. So it was not as funny then, but we could laugh about it now. Our next Uber was taking us to the Bean, which is my favorite thing about Chicago. I love it so much. And then we just walked around the park checking stuff out. There's that look again. And I think this is one more time. Yep. While we waited for our lift, decided to switch it up, we realized why it was so crazy. Coachella Wannabe was happening that day. The trip did get off to a bumpy start. Originally it was supposed to be 4 days, but it had to be shortened down to 2. It had its ups and downs, but overall it was a nice trip. Would I visit Chicago again? Probably not. If I had to visit it, would I still go with my sister? Absolutely. I want to give a special shout out to her. She dealt with a lot of stuff from me. And she was a great camera woman, and I'm very happy she's able to come on this journey with me.